The Great Frost was, historians tell us, the most severe that has ever visited these islands. Birds froze in mid-air and fell like stones to the ground. The mortality among sheep and cattle was enormous. It was no uncommon sight to come upon a whole herd of swine frozen immovable upon the road. But while the country people suffered the extremity of want and the trade of the country was at a standstill, London enjoyed a carnival of the utmost brilliancy. The court was at Greenwich, and the new king directed that the river, which was frozen to a depth of 20 feet and more for 6 or 7 miles on either side, should be swept, decorated, and given all the semblance of a park or pleasure ground. For himself and the courtiers, he reserved a certain space immediately opposite the palace gates, which, railed off from the public only by a silken rope, became at once the center of the most brilliant society in England. Great statesmen, in their beards and ruffs, dispatched affairs of state under the crimson awning of the royal pagoda. Soldiers planned the conquest of the Moor and the downfall of the Turk. Admirals strode up and down the narrow pathways, telling stories of the Northwest Passage and the Spanish Armada. Lovers dallied upon divans spread with sables. Frozen roses fell in showers when the Queen and her ladies walked abroad. Colored balloons hovered motionless in the air. Here and there burnt vast bonfires of cedar and oak wood, lavishly salted so that the flames were of green, orange, and purple fire. But however fiercely they burnt, the heat was not enough to melt the ice, which, though of a singular transparency, was yet of the hardness of steel. In short, nothing could exceed the brilliancy and gaiety of the scene by day. But it was at night that the carnival was at its merriest. For the frost continued unbroken. The nights were of perfect stillness. The moon and stars blazed with the hard fixity of diamonds. And to the fine music of flute and trumpet, the courtiers danced.